Hi, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Morning Movie Club. We're here again with Adam White.
Hello.
And me, Kara White. We are the hosts. No guests this week. You can tell when I get lazy that I don't book anybody.
That's not lazy. We're just busy.
We're very busy. Every moment of every day. Oh boy, I wish we weren't. How are you doing, Adam?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Nothing's wrong in the world at large or in our world whatsoever.
I heard there was supposedly there was an incident where some bathers got injured.
But it's a sunny day.
Everyone's having a great time. Is that the line? Am I doing it right?
We caught allegedly a large predator. We captured a large predator, allegedly having injured some bathers.
That's the line. See, we're warming up.
Yeah.
Show's warming up. First movie quote right after that. Yeah, there might be a visit from our cat during this episode.
It's surfing around here.
Very lonely. So basically there's no categories this week.
No rhyme or reason, except for cinema.
We watch movies.
Yes.
So basically we were catching up on a lot of stuff, because we haven't been watching a whole lot of new stuff. So I wanted to, kind of catch up on things. So do you have one that you want to start with, or do you just want me to
Fire away.
randomly pick? Okay. And spinning the dice, Tron Ares.
Oh, jeez.
You told me to randomly
All of the
pick.
cinematic universe that is out there.
This is what we watched this week. It's not just picking stuff.
The Tron intellectual property has always sort of struggled financially, but is also in so many ways led the way. When they made the first Tron, all the actors were like, "The hell are we doing? We're just standing around in a black box wearing pajamas with white tape on them." Because, people there's a bunch of hippies really inventing weird stuff, and is vastly considered a giant leap in cinema production when it comes to that. Mm-hmm. Tron 2 came out, Tron Legacy, which had, I thought, great character development. I thought the lead that played Finn's son he might have been the weak link in the entire thing.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a great, we can do this with modern filmmaking techniques, and it looked like that. Tron Ares. So that comes...
And to Tron Ares.
Which they were trying to make, right after Tron Legacy, which was 2010, I think.
That's crazy. It feels like it wasn't that long
No,
ago.
It was a long time
really,
ago.
2010?
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I'm good.
Look it up.
You chat. I'm going to look it up. Because that feels wrong. That feels like it's too far away.
Test pattern.
No, keep talking. No, 2010, you're right.
2010.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's too far away.
Oh, they're going to do that, and then at the time, they had a couple of things that kind of worked against it. That Tomorrowland came out and underperformed, and then the Star Wars films, the newer versions, were coming down the pike. So they're like, maybe we don't do Tron anymore, and kind of threw it on the shelf.
Yeah.
And then a schedule hole, whatever. Studio nonsense. So they finally got around to doing a Tron. Dressed up the script a little bit, gave it a couple more passes, and then you're left with this. I'm not maybe the biggest fan of Jared Leto, who is announced as the lead. Apparently, Jared Leto is a big Tron head, and he absolutely loved it, and he's like an executive producer on it, so that kind of connects the dots as why in God's green earth is Jared Leto in this movie. But having watched it, Jared Leto was just fine.
Whatever.
From the result that's on screen. I thought it is actually a very sort of contained, small story. Like it in spite of the whole bit, and you see it in the trailers, is that the Tron stuff, light cycles and all that, gets into the real world, and what that does to us here. In that world, and I thought it would be a lot more widespread, but the whole movie feels like it's contained within 8 blocks of this city.
Well, that's kind of the plot, is that they're after
whatever
whoever has the
I thought it felt like,
Infinity
at least
Goat.
in reading about it, like it was going to
Can't
sort
remember
of leak out into a much greater entrance into our world.
Yeah.
But you know, it was neat. It was flashy, and it had a rip-roaring great soundtrack.
Well, yeah, because Nine Inch Nails did it.
Yeah.
Which, Daft Punk, who's one of my favorites, did the original.
Yeah.
They aren't a band anymore? Or would they be, are they called a band? I guess they're a band. A group? I don't know.
Artists.
Because I'm like, they don't have Daft Punk. And I'm like, oh, right, they don't really
Yeah, they're
exist
not
anymore.
kind of a
so
thing.
now they have Nine Inch Nails doing it. Soundtrack's awesome.
Because, yeah, those two know how to do a soundtrack.
Yeah, and Gillian Anderson is in it, so bonus all around.
Which is
Which
great.
she's underutilized. Like you said, you're
She's
like, why is
absolutely
she
wasted
in this movie? Like,
That's-
she's just kind of there.
Yeah, she plays Evan Peters' mom. And it really doesn't have any. I mean, she's kind of a conscience in the movie, but aside from, you know, sort of once in a while saying, you shouldn't do that,
Right.
that's really about it.
Yeah, and I like Evan Peters. I mean, I like watching Evan Peters and stuff. I think he's
He's great, and
Good
he's
at
giving
what he
his
does.
all, and he's one of he is the most
He's a good
charismatic
villain.
actor in the entire film.
yeah. And then I think it had good stuff to it. Like there's fun stuff, like you said, like when the light cycle comes into the real world. The thing I really loved was they have like new weapons in it, where they're like staffs with like that leave like the line,
The
of
light cycle
the
trail.
neon trail of it,
Yeah.
and then they can use that. It's physical, so
Yeah.
like they can use that for their fight, which I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good looking stuff.
Yeah.
And Jared Leto's character, who is a program, Ares,
Yeah.
he goes into the old grid
That was cool too.
from from 1982 or
yeah.
whatever, and that was fun.
And then you have Lloyd Bridges. No,
Jeff.
Bridges.
Man, I want to see Tron with Lloyd Bridges though. That would be out there.
That's the wrong
Call
one.
us. We're idea people.
Jeff Bridges. I really liked the old Tron setness of it, because
Yeah,
it
that
was
was-
like
that was cool
it's
stuff.
I mean, I'm assuming actually built set. Like
Yeah.
it looked great.
Yeah,
Like,
it had a graininess to it that the old that the original Tron had, because it's
that was
getting
super fun.
It's getting jacked through like 9 pieces of film.
Because now
to-
he's like, because he's supposed to be in like 8-bit world.
yeah. Versus like 10K world.
Right,
Yeah, that was good stuff. But
Yeah.
then you hear, stories of like Jared Leto, and he does this all the time on set. The method acting that you are only to call me Ares on set.
Except for
Like,
Jeff Bridges.
except for
Like,
Jeff
I'm not
Bridges.
fucking doing that.
Because I'm Jeff Bridges.
like, no.
Sit down. Yeah, it's like, because he did the same thing when he played the Joker. It's like you're always, it's like,
come on.
stop, you're an
down.
actor.
It's
Also,
called acting.
yeah, I mean, the Joker, is kind of out there, and he's not the first person to do that. Although Jack Nicholson seemed to do a fine job shutting off and leaving set. And nobody's ever a method actor and being a nice person. It's
Right.
always like an excuse to be a dick. Anyway, that none of that nonsense. If you didn't know anything about
Oh,
that,
yeah,
then he's fine.
movie's fine.
In it. But, then it was, it was pretty, and I never have to see it again.
No,
there was
there's-
nothing.
There's notes. I mean, always notes. I think, like, because there's, I mean, with the plot, like, there's things that I'm like, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, they're chasing the lead gal to get, she has the hard drive, which has whatever code on it that they need to, I can't think what it's fucking called.
The
but
permanence
permanence
code
Yeah.
to then 3D print them basically into the real world.
Yeah,
And
but
have
it's like, it's hidden in the original Tron game. So, like,
yeah,
she,
somehow.
like, so they're chasing her for this hard drive, but I'm like, she knows how to find it in the Tron game, so what difference does it make?
It everything in the movie is like barely like 3 out of 10 making sense,
Yeah.
and that was good enough.
Which, whatever. Like, it's still fine. It's,
Right, it's an elevator pitch. Like, how can we have light cycles on the highway in the real world? That's it. Moving
which
on.
also is like, I mean, like, they have the clip in the trailer that where, like,
They cut the cop car in
yeah.
half.
Which you're like, how cut, like, they never really show people getting hurt in the
No.
real world, getting hurt from the thing, but.
No, because you watch because there's the recognizer
Mm-hmm.
shows up and fires all these things, and like people died, but it's
Yeah, they don't
very
really show that. Or talk about that.
conscious decision by Disney. It's
Right,
like,
like,
do not show the repercussions of our story.
Right. Yeah. The thing I did really like about it is when the gal from the real world picks up the light cycle and she's like, oh my god.
Yeah,
because it takes off. It's way fast. And she's like, holy shit.
It's a real person trying to fool with that thing.
Yeah.
And she's like an experienced
motorcycle
riders, but gets on a light cycle and is like, oh, this is next level.
Which, if you've ridden the Tron ride at Disney,
that's very accurate. That's accurate. That thing's off like a catapult.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Very short, very fun.
Very short, very fun.
I do like that ride a lot. Like, I'm not a super, like, for the whole franchise, like, all of it, like, Tron is not my bag.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. But I do love that, like, when you go to do the Disney ride, it's, like, very immersive, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's so cool. Like, you're a, whatever they call it, light cycle rider thing. Motorcycle person, I don't know. But you're like, yeah, I'm going to be on the thing, and I'm going to win. And you're like, I don't know.
I'm going to go okay, it's over.
Maybe it's the Daft Punk like
Yeah.
music they play that gets you all jazzed.
Yeah.
It's that. It's just that.
like that.
It's like I'm listening to the real
Right?
song.
Why do they even exist? There's me.
So anyways, that was a year pick because you were really
I wanted to see.
You really
that.
wanted to see
I
it.
really liked Tron Legacy, and I thought
Yeah.
it had, and I think that they're gearing up. Like we're going to do Ares, and then we're going to do a couple more down the road,
Yeah.
and that is not going to happen because Tron. Ares underperformed, so we're all going to move on with our lives and say the Jared Leto one is the button on the franchise, I guess, until somebody else.
Which is kind of sad because like they end with like
right. They're going to go after
post-credit
Olivia Wilde
sequence.
and go find her from the last movie, but
and what's his face is now
Sam.
sucked into the bad guy is sucked into the game.
And they had kind of a cliffhanger that Evan Peters is now going to become Stark from the original one, but I guess.
We'll never see it.
Yeah, when
which is kind of
some producer that's really leaning into it commissions a comic book like how they do with Serenity.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's true. Whatever. Maybe we'll see it someday.
Yes.
But who knows? The other one my pick was The Running Man.
Yeah.
Which
yes, well, Tron wasn't a remake, but new 2025 versions of old stories.
Yeah. So, which we just watched the Arnold Schwarzenegger Running Man like last.
We did that because
winter.
we saw that Edgar Wright was rebooting,
and it was on TV. So.
Oh right, yeah, it was on TV.
I was like, we'll watch through it because I think you came up and you're like, "Are you watching Running Man?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am."
Yes. And yeah.
So we watched the Edgar Wright one, the new one.
And which, of course, we're going to stampede to go see that.
I mean, on paper. Sounds awesome.
Yes.
I'm like, I like Edgar Wright. Running Man sounds like perfect property for that guy to handle. Meh.
Yeah,
It was a little disappointment.
It was very middle. You watch that and gun to my head, I would not and say who directed this. Edgar Wright's name would not come out of my mouth.
No, it kind of was lacking in his fun. The fun things he does were not super. It was fine.
We talked about it that. This one and some of the casting is to blame as well, which of course is the director's fault. That you watch this movie and it makes the original '80s Running Man seem energetic, charismatic, and fun. Every character in this new one did not leap off the screen, and every character in the old one, in the '80s one, just leapt off the screen in the greatest ways.
And the biggest disappointment of it is like you have, and I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy who's in the role of, he's the TV host.
The game show host.
The game show host. Doesn't say the line.
What line would you have in The Running Man to redo? There's only one. To yell, it's time to start running, and they didn't do it.
He said, like, let's go.
Let's go. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like you are sadly underperforming based on what Richard Dawson did in the 1980s.
The whole point of that script is that it's a spectacle. It's a spectacle of people watching horrible things on TV. Like, why wouldn't you make it like the biggest circus performance ever? Which they're doing. They're just like cut the line.
Yeah,
and I was like, that guy did it, and I can't think of the actor whose name.
There's no reason to eliminate that. And I mean, there were nice I know they, we went back to the source material, to the source novel, blah, blah, blah. It's like, calm down. You're making The Running Man. You're not doing Chekhov here. But the sort of overarching that there is a resistance and we're trying to change society and all that, that's sort of there. It's not in there as hard as the 80s one did, where there was an active revolution. Yeah. And I think there was kind of a missed opportunity with that. And it just felt like, what's his name? Mr. Chiseled abs, but has no personality. Glenn Powell.
Oh, yeah, I know. I had to look it up. That's how bad. That's how bad
it is.
I was like, what's that guy's name again?
Glenn Powell is no Schwarzenegger. And I mean that with the greatest respect to Schwarzenegger. People keep putting Glenn Powell in movies.
That I don't think are appropriate for him.
I think he was great as a second banana in Top Gun Maverick. And
I think
that's kind of about it.
He's a fine actor. I just don't think this was the right.
He can't.
He feels doesn't.
I don't think he can anchor a movie.
Sweet. Like his face is too sweet or something. I don't know. It wasn't working for this because the whole bit is they just kept having him like flip off the camera and like be like, I'm aggressively against what you're doing with the Running Man.
And they tried,
but it just doesn't.
They tried desperately to portray him as having a temper.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, no, he's just too nice.
Yeah, it felt like somebody who read about tempers. And doesn't know how to get edgy and mad.
That's the thing is that it should have been more edgy and it just didn't have that.
It kind of felt a little bit like a television show version of a movie.
And what's his name?
Which character?
I should really research this more before we start the show.
No.
Or pay attention. The comedian who's Michael Cera.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's in it as well. And
that's the most interesting part of the movie. Yeah. It's pretty wasted.
Interesting. But then it also just, like, plot-wise, like, he just all of a sudden is like, no, I'm turning you in. And I'm like, and I get that you have a vengeful streak, but it's also going against exactly what you just said that you wouldn't do.
It feels like,
it was very
It feels like they're trying to keep it moving, keep it hopping.
Yeah, but you should.
But it doesn't it doesn't allow any pacing for it to soak in, like that was important or has any revelation kind of like the original did. And they have little cute Easter eggs of the original, like they have the same dancers at the beginning with the same song, but overall I was kind of fairly disappointed with it. I think it was only because of the build-up, like Edgar Wright's doing this, but
and I know they amped it. So like the original is like they go into arena, like an arena, and this was like in the real world,
Earth,
like where you could, like, and anyone could call and like rat you out, which I'm like, that's fun. It's just it's too much. Like you can't. I don't know.
And it also kind of doesn't work. Like he's able to hide for some reason. And it's like, I don't think you're able to hide now. And much
especially
less
if everybody's like following you and you have to like.
You have to
you have to do a tape and drop it. Like I was like, well, now they know where it's getting mailed from.
Yeah, you're in Maine because it's Stephen King, so of course you're in Maine. Which that also I thought narrowed the movie a little bit. Like, oh, he goes to Derry. It's like he should be in France or something. Like it got very narrow.
That's like how do you get to France? But also like it does have Lee Pace in it, which makes me happy. Which you're like, who's Lee Pace?
Yeah.
I was like, he was the wood elf in Lord of the Rings. I like him. I think he was in that movie The Fall that I love. That was gorgeous. And Marvel, he's one of the blue bad guys with the big staff.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't know anyone's name.
Doesn't matter.
And he did a great show that they're rebooting, Pushing Daisies, which is weird that they're rebooting because it's been a long time. Anyways.
Nobody has an original idea. Which is why we're talking about the past two movies.
I mean, I still was excited to see it. I'm happy we watched it. It's, like you said, like, Glenn Powell's fine. I just... Not in this movie. I think that's what, like, the biggest killer of it was, like, it just wasn't jiving.
Yeah, and, he's doing what he does, so I kind of don't blame him. I blame Edgar Wright in the studio or whoever decided that they were going to cast him. Like, ooh, he's in everything. Like, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Just because he's in everything, pick somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, he's supposed to be angry and angsty, and it just doesn't come out that way.
It goes back to the thing we always complain about, that it is really, really hard or lazy or whatever. People can't find leading men.
Right. And that, like, so there was another movie that guy was in on Netflix that everybody was going on about. And
Twisters?
No. It was something where he was like a con man or like undercover detective where he did a bunch of different characters. I think I made it half an hour in, and it was like, I can't with this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is everyone really like this? Like, I need somebody to tell me.
Yeah, somebody needs to explain the appeal of Glen Powell.
Going.
And I mean, he seems very nice.
No, like I said, like, and like the
someone
military.
Where he's a football player or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but like the Top Gun and
Top Gun Maverick, he was
the Corsair movie he was in. Devotion.
I
mean, they're like, he's good at that. Like,
he was okay, but you can see the armor starting to crack when it was into, because it's too much of a leading role. He is not a leading man.
Yeah,
he's
not beautiful.
It's a pretty thing to look at, but I think
I just don't think that's in there.
Supporting roles are about as far as I see that guy being effective.
Yeah. So speaking of Stephen King,
yes,
we did actually, like, I didn't even put that connection together. We did 2 Stephen King stories.
Yes, we did.
In movies. So the other one we watched was Life of Chuck.
Yeah.
We kind of went into it. I watched a trailer and I was like, oh, seems like a very like sweet, uplifting.
I did not watch anything. I did totally blind going into that.
And I was like, let's watch it. I'm having kind of a down time. So like, I was like, I want something nice. Like, let's do that. And Mike Flanagan made it. And we turned it on and I was like, this movie is so incredibly sad.
Yeah.
It's good. And it's like, it does have those uplifting to it, but it's just like, I was a giant bawling mess.
I don't know if this was the cure you were looking for.
It's probably not the thing I should be watching right now, but I really liked it.
And charismatic talent backwards and forwards through the whole movie.
They have Tom Hiddleston is Chuck. And he is not in it all that much.
No, he doesn't show up until halfway through the movie.
Yeah, and he only has like a couple scenes here and there
because
it's like they're great
good
scenes.
Yeah.
And like, because the bit is that it's like his life.
And it's told
backwards.
So end of life and then going all the way.
Yeah.
I think it's done in 3 acts, if I remember
And the
right.
little kid that plays him as a younger is like, he's so cute and he's so good.
The middle kid, I think, is Flanagan's kid. I think I read that.
The middle kid?
There's 3 kids. There's like super young and there's sort of like a tween version. The tween
version is the one.
The tween version is
adorable.
I think that's Flanagan's.
That kid was awesome. I was like, oh my god, he's so cute.
And Flanagan's
really
wife, Katie, I can't think of her name.
She was the
because
teacher.
Flanagan puts all the same stock performers in.
Mark Hamill's in it.
And you knew that when?
Credits.
Yeah. She is incapable. Mark Hamill is the greatest stealth actor out there. For her.
He could show up at our house and be like, what? I'm like, oh shit, that's Mark Hamill. Somebody would have to say it to me.
Maybe it's not everybody, because Kevin Smith did it in one of his movies where it was an arrow going, hey kids, look, it's Mark Hamill.
They just did it like, let's say it's Jimmy Kimmel, I can't remember who, whatever, like his Mark Hamill stars right outside of his studio, and they had him stand out on the star going, trying to get people to recognize him, and nobody did. And he like literally had a shirt on that had his face on it, like it said Mark Hamill.
I'm Mark Hamill.
No one recognized him. I mean, after you say it, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. But he is like the greatest chameleon to me. I never understand it's him until I see the credits. I'm like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah, Flanagan's put him in a number.
Because he was in the Poe series too.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
I can't remember that, which I greatly enjoyed the Poe series.
Yeah.
And he was great in this one. Anyway, back to Life of Chuck.
Yeah.
It's really well done gem scenes. And everybody goes on, and rightfully so, about the dance sequence, which is right in the middle.
All the dance stuff is good.
Right in the middle of the second act.
The whole storyline of his grandma teaching him how to dance.
Yeah.
Like, I have a soft spot for grandparents because of my grandparents. So like anytime there's that storyline, I'm like, oh my god, this is so cute. I love it. Because like the grandma teaches him how to dance, and then he takes a dance class. And then they have a dance sequence at the school dance.
Yeah, I don't want to I don't want to give away because it's such a revelation.
No, I'm not.
It's hard to talk about this movie because in the first act.
Here's a question for you for our show. Is that it's like, should we just say, if you don't want to hear it, spoiler alert, fast forward until you see the next little icon of the movie poster, and then we're not going to ruin it, and then we can actually talk about what we want to talk about.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, spoiler alert.
Everyone dies in Life of Chuck. No, that's not true. That's not true.
If you don't want to hear the spoilers and you want to be surprised by this amazing movie that should be surprised by, just scroll ahead until you see the next little movie poster icon.
Yeah.
And it won't be ruined.
But in not knowing a living thing about this movie, so the first act, like, what is going on in this movie? And
it was absolutely, both of us looking at it, we were like,
dumbfounded.
This is not at all what I thought this movie would be. Because it starts with, so it does, like, Pulp Fiction doesn't run backwards, but like it's out of order. So like it's kind of got that but like it starts like Act 3 and then Act 2, Act 1. But Act 3 shows up and we're just both like, this is not at all what I thought this movie would be.
No, it plays like this sort of Truman Show. It's not like that, but the flavor is there.
Feel of that, yeah, sure.
Everyone's living their life, but it's within this context that you don't understand is being controlled somehow. And then bit by bit, the world starts coming apart. And
it's really perplexed. Like, you're like,
really
what is going on?
It really takes until a little ways into the second act that you're like, oh.
Because you're like, oh no, is this movie scary? Because it does, like, all the, like, it's like setting up that the world is ending.
The world's ending, yeah.
And like everyone's dealing with that.
That there's earthquakes and fires and
sinkholes. California's gone, so everyone's going to starve to death.
Right, California fell off the edge because now, and the Midwest is on fire. There's a CNN news flash that Cleveland has a forest fire.
Yeah.
And then stars start disappearing in the night sky.
Well, because they have like also like this underlying like Chuck keeps showing up on billboards and like in the window. The windows thing was like, what?
Super ghost, like he's glowing in like building windows, and Chuck has not been in the movie yet.
Yeah, and it's all the powers going out, and they're like, have you seen this? Do you know what this guy? Who is this guy?
Chuck? Which then ultimately makes sense that
when you get to the end of the movie,
because there's a scene where Katie, I don't think her last name's Flanagan, but Mike Flanagan's wife, Katie, she plays his teacher in school and commits into his memory that within your own mind is a universe to be enjoyed and nurtured. And I think it's Siegel, maybe. Katie Siegel. But
that's Pig Bunny.
Yeah, I know. Seagal. That's Katie Seagal.
Oh, right. Well, here, hold on one second. Keep talking.
And that's the crux of the movie is when she, as a teacher in school, says to him, "You have this universe in your head." And
Mia Sara's in it too.
Right, Mia Sara. I forgot about that. Mia Sara's in it. And it's like she got out of retirement to do that movie. There's a ton of people in this movie.
Yeah.
And that's the bit in the third act.
There's a ton of... you're right, Kate Siegel.
Siegel.
Yeah.
The first act of the movie is you are portraying his universe in his brain. And he's dying. So the universe starts crumbling within it. And it's populated, the universe in his brain, by people from his memory that you see in the later acts of our movie, the one that we're watching. So it's kind of rewarding, like in how we saw the first act and saw how those characters behave, and then you get rewarded later in the movie, like, oh, that's that character. That's why that's in Chuck's memory, and that's why they behave like that.
Right.
So,
well, part of the teacher talking to him as a little boy is that they're talking about Walt Whitman. And it's like, I contain multitudes. And like, it's just great.
Yeah, I mean, she's always wonderful and stuff.
Scene of her like holding his head, and she's like, you contain multitudes in your head. You have an entire universe in your head. And
in the first act, we saw that universe. But it's at that point, it's like,
such a good story. The story's great. And you're like, oh, okay, that's why now all of it makes sense. And like everybody in that universe are all people who were in his life. So like,
right.
And then they're like, the reason they can't remember who Chuck is because because he's dying and whatever disease he has, he can't remember. Like, he's forgetting stuff.
Yeah.
So, like...
Things are disappearing, like California.
Right. So it's really a great story. And then you go through the whole thing and then you get to the end and you're like... Because there's also this room that, like, keeps popping up that it's a locked room that has ghosts in it. But basically it's like it just shows you death. Like,
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they keep teasing that his grandfather, Mark Hamill, who's a very kind grandpa, except when it comes to that room, and just becomes enraged because you tried to get into that room. In reading about it, and I know it didn't do a lot of business, and again, studios ruining everything for 150 years. They looked at that movie like, how in God's green earth are we supposed to promote this movie?
It's the hard one for promotion.
Yeah.
Like I said, because I was like, oh, I want this uplifting thing. And then you watch
Not
it and it's
that.
like, kind of that. But it also, like, because you get to the end and he's like, because he sees himself dying.
Yeah.
Because the teenager version of himself opens the room and sees himself dying. And it's like, okay, well, I know I'm going, like, I don't have a lot of time. So, like, but I'm going to use that to the best I can.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of, like, the sadness of him losing the people in his life and also, like, the sadness of being like, okay, now I only have this much life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not as uplifting as
Not as uplifting,
would be,
but recommend it. As
highly recommend.
Sort of how you would frame your life if you're not, you're only going to live to be, 40 years old.
Right. And it's great reveals of stuff where it's like you said, like the beginning, you're just like, what is going on? And you get to the end and you're like, oh, okay, connection.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really great to watch. And I'm sorry if somebody listened and they didn't want to hear it, but I told you to fast forward through this part.
It's your own fault.
Well, it's hard. I'm like, I want to talk about it, but like, how do you not talk about it? And people are going to, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. We also have friends who are like, oh, I read about it on the internet already.
Like, why? Don't do that.
Things?
Don't do why watch anything?
The whole point is the surprise.
Yeah.
I like a reveal.
Let it come.
Let it happen. Let it happen. So those are the new ones. We also watched as a documentary, Pee Wee Herman as himself.
Came out last year.
So it's newer-ish.
Yeah. And the bit of that was Paul Rubens, who plays Pee Wee Herman. He was the producer and decided to make a documentary. It's a movie that does not follow the conventional structure of that type of genre. So he wants to do a documentary and hires a crew and a director on to make it for him.
It made it sound like Paul Rubens wanted to direct it, but like HBO was like, here's your director, and then that was like there was a lot of, which is weird because I've been thinking about this.
It becomes the structure of the movie.
It becomes the structure of the movie, but also I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that idea, like because it's
and making a director be.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that because, like, the end is, like, he refused to do the last interview.
Right.
Or whatever. But, like, you could have also you didn't need it. Like, you could still make the documentary without that last interview, but they chose to make that part of the story is that Paul Rubens was headbutting with the guy who was directing it and giving him a hard time because he basically is like, you're doing the job I want to do.
Well, and that was, it became, at first it seemed like it was fun.
Yeah.
Like, and they would do like the fog of war type thing where all the interviews at Paul Rubens, because there's like 400 hours or however.
Yeah,
maybe probably not that many, like 40 hours.
Of him doing interviews.
Interviews right down the barrel. And, he's being snippy with the director, and the director's being snippy back, and it seems like it's all kind of fun and good-natured.
Kind of playful? Yeah.
But then it's decreasingly playful as we go. Mm-hmm. And the bit, and they're not shy about this, it's right at the beginning, that they did these interviews, and the entire time the filmmakers did not know he was dying of cancer, and he was undergoing cancer treatment. And then before the movie was even done, Paul Rubens died. Mm-hmm. And then it took them, I think it was 2 more years before they actually finished the movie.
Yeah.
And assembled it, probably for a variety of reasons that we're all too aware of just being, legally, like, how are we going to wrap this up and that sort of. And I thought they wrapped it up fairly well. It's done fairly along a normal timeline that you would do. First I was born and that sort of thing, and his chronological march through life and his career and all that. But it also, I thought, in how they portrayed him and the director kind of being at odds, that seemed to be prevalent with everybody he worked with.
Yeah, and I guess I'm not saying I don't like what they did, but I don't know. I'm struggling with it because I understand why they did it. And
Sure.
yeah, it does fit within the story, and it's showing who he is and because they didn't delve into that with anybody. It would just be comments here and there of him being hard to work with, but it's because he was wanting to be in charge of everything.
Which, I mean, a lot of those,
so you can see that reflected in what's happening.
And you hear that a lot when it comes to single artists working so hard on characters or their property or their shows and all that.
It's valid. It's fair.
They kind of grab everybody by the throat and said, "This is the way," and that's it.
Right.
And they portray that in the film kind of unflinchingly, and I don't think it doesn't. At least to me, it didn't make him seem like a dick, and I know there's the danger of that, that could come out that way, but it did, it's not as warm and cuddly as you think it might be.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, and he says in the very beginning, he's like, I wanted to make this so that I could clear things up about my life. Because of the things that happened.
The arrests.
Later. Was he treated fairly on that?
Of course.
Absolutely. So I really wanted to watch it because I love Pee Wee Herman. As a kid, I love Pee Wee's Playhouse. I like Big Adventure, but not Big Top Pee Wee.
Not Big Top. Which,
even as a kid, I was like, I wasn't a circus fan. I don't know. I just was like, I don't care for it.
I mean, they kind of came out with it during that he kind of got in a snit about Pee Wee's Big Adventure because Tim Burton got so much credit for it.
He got all the credit, and he was like, but I was the creative on that.
Yeah, kind of happens even nowadays with Barbie.
What'd you just do?
Barbie.
Oh, Barbie. Yeah. I was like, what did you say?
Yeah.
There's a danger of that for sure.
In Big Top Pee Wee, okay, Paul Rubens like, I'm doing it at beginning to end for better and worse.
Yeah. It just, I don't remember it. I think I saw it when it came out I was a kid, and I didn't like it. I never watched it again.
It did poorly, particularly compared to the other one, and I know that made him struggle.
Yeah.
With it, but that's the danger with somebody that doesn't have anybody sort of checking when it came to that. And he's probably right. Tim Burton also has a very, very strong vision and probably deserved credit for it, but also so did Paul Rubens. But I think part of that is him hiding, which was a very conscious choice for him to not show Paul Rubens, but it's always be Pee Wee.
Yeah.
So now that's not like a real guy.
It kind of backfired a little.
Yeah, it's not a real guy.
Paul Rubens' name up, and everybody's like, "Who's that?"
Yeah, that the person doesn't get credit. It's like the real guy over there with the weird hair. That guy gets the credit, and Pee Wee is a creation, a fiction.
Yeah.
So I think he kind of did it to himself a little bit, and he's blaming the wrong people.
Yeah. Because we were watching it, and I was like, oh, I love Pee Wee's Playhouse. And I'm like, I just looked at him, I'm like, you're lucky our house doesn't just look like Pee Wee's Playhouse. Which I'm like,
it doesn't at all.
I'm containing it. Okay, it could be way crazier, and our whole house could be just off the chain. But
true.
I do not. I love the sets. I love, for the show, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with it. And then we were watching it. I was like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot the whole cast for.
Oh, there's a huge amount of real people.
I remember Larry Fishburne was.
Yeah, Fishburne's in it, and the one guy who played Blackula.
Yeah, I didn't know the king of cartoons was Blackula. Yeah, she was like, that's awesome. And I forgot about the Christmas special, which I think we're gonna have to watch.
Might dip into that, and Phil Hartman,
right?
Which then it sounded like that relationship kind of soured between the two of them because. Phil Hartman got Saturday Night Live, and then Phil Hartman succeeded. Pee Wee was having trouble, and it didn't sound like it was.
But it also sounded like Phil Hartman felt like he helped create the Pee Wee
Yeah.
show more than he got credit for.
And then just kind of got forgotten when, like, no, Pee Wee's Playhouse is all Paul Rubens. And I'm sure, you do that as an ensemble, and you kind of feel like, well, fuck you, buddy. I kind of, I was in that writer's room with you.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, like, the clips they were showing of Pee Wee doing his thing, I just still laugh. It's still funny to me. And I know, like, the reason it was such a big cult, or like it had such a big following, was that it was appeals to adults and kids.
And he said it in the interviews, like, I was being punk rock subversive, so everything would sail over the kids' heads, but all the adults are like, ooh, I know what that's talking about.
Yeah. I was like, that, just even watching him, like, so much of this explains me, like, who I've become. And he's like, well, that's why, because, what is it about the Looney Tunes?
Yeah, you watch Bugs Bunny, and that explains me.
That explains you.
Pee-wee's Playhouse explains you.
Yeah. Like, why is my brain so wired so weird? I mean, I'm pleased about that, because they were also talking about how Pee-wee's he was very much wanting to be like, it's okay to be weird.
Yeah.
Like, that, like, it's okay, kids, to be weird. And then, like, there's a little Natasha Lyonne that's in
Right,
it.
yeah, she was in the
She's a
show.
little
Like,
yeah, so it was fun to watch for that
Yes.
that level of stuff. And then you get into the, like, when he gets arrested and, like, the child pornography thing, which wasn't a thing. Like,
Yeah, there's
that
no
was
child
just
pornography.
some lady going, I went to Pee Wee's house and I think there's child pornography in there. And I was like,
right, there was nothing there,
wasn't.
but, 90s media, if it was the 90s, I think it was the 90s.
It was
90s media,
Yeah.
just, if anybody remembers Bill Clinton, if it's
Yeah.
in the least, I mean, it seems so quaint nowadays. Like, what was the headline back then? Man,
And it, like,
get in line.
stayed there. Like, it was like, we're going to talk about this for months. And you're like, but I remember even just as being a kid being like, this is ridiculous.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. Like, never, like, I kind of forgot about all of it
Yeah.
because I just kind of like, I was like,
It was
okay,
stupid
whatever.
manufactured.
It's stupid.
And it is also part of, and he kind of touches on it, that it was part of the miscalculation of him. Basically, it was kind of this, he wanted to say, hey, kids, it's okay to be weird. But under the guise of Pee-wee, like
Yeah.
Paul Rubens, he consciously made disappear because
Right.
he didn't want to.
He wanted to be private.
He didn't. He wanted to be private and didn't want to out himself as gay in society during the 80s and 90s because we weren't there yet. And when,
Which was very interesting because he was out and gay and then
right,
got into the Pee Wee. He was like, oh boy, I gotta
hide.
go back
And
in the closet.
everybody kind of didn't have that intel yet. So that if you got something, the slightest bit on him, like going into the pornography theater, people are like, get him.
Yeah.
Because he dared be private.
Right.
My God, and all this
And
happened
gay.
before social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah. Everything makes me, people are terrible.
People are terrible.
Just let everybody
Good night.
Let everybody be who they want to be. Just like calm down.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have anything to do with you. Just calm down. So
Yes.
I enjoyed it. It was
Yeah, good watch.
it's 2 parts, and so like because like they made it into one, and it was over 3 hours, and they're
Yeah.
like no one's watching a 3
It
hours.
was 2 parts, and I never felt like anything really particularly needed to get cut
No,
out.
because we've watched plenty of stuff like especially documentary world where you're like, it could be 20% shorter.
This
Like,
was
this
a
did not
rare instance. I did
feel
not
like-
feel that.
I never felt like this is too much. We're going to it too much.
And
into
breaking
this.
it up over 2 nights was probably helpful.
Yeah.
But in watching each one, like hour and a half, then an hour and a half, like
Yeah.
I wouldn't cut anything out of
No,
this.
like I never felt like, oh, they don't need this part
Yeah.
or yeah. So yeah, they did a good. I enjoyed watching it. So yeah, that was our other newer pick. Because of the snow. So it's been blizzarding a lot lately.
2 degrees out, blizzarding.
I think another one is coming in a couple days. So on several days ago, it blizzarded. But we were doing a shoot, so we had to go out in it.
Yes.
Because we had the episode where you're like, what are your snow day movies? And I'm like, oh boy, this is the perfect day. Because we got like 8 inches. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
a perfect day to like cuddle in under a blanket and watch a movie. But we had to go out and actually film something. So we had to be in it. So the following day, I was like, I'm taking the time and I'm going to actually sit down and watch John Carpenter's The Thing, which happened to be, as I checked social media, And
Colbert's.
Laura / Nora of Midnight Rentals Midnight Rental had a post up. I was like, it's John Carpenter Day. And I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing. It's not. It's people call it that because it's his birthday. And I was like, oh, I inadvertently watched a John Carpenter
On John
movie
Carpenter Day.
On John Carpenter Day. But The Thing. So one of my favorites, you were saying, Stephen Colbert, it just went by, which I think is funny because I was like, oh, and I sent it to him. We had Ryan Coogler on.
Yeah, I had Coogler on, and they were talking about what inspired him. And
because he's like, Colbert's like, that's my comfort movie. And I was like, I get it. Like, I understand that.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a cozy movie because of the Antarctica being trapped in a...
And super duper practical, top to bottom, everything that was going on in that. So
good. That movie's great.
Older people who love the 80s and 90s and the practical effects. And if you are in that, you watch John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
It is a tremendous tour de force that came out at the same time as E.T., so that it got squashed and nobody saw it public-wise.
But it's also an alien. The Thing is an alien movie.
Absolutely.
So I have a whole episode that I want to do about alien movies with different types of different aliens.
Yeah.
That's coming. And we keep talking about all the movies that I would put in there, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to pick different stuff. But yeah, like the practical, like when the guy's head like melts, like slowly detaches and they don't
falls
see it.
off and it goes on the floor.
Because there's other crazy stuff happening.
And it sprouts legs out of it and starts walking crawling away.
And the guy's like,
you gotta be shitting
He's
me.
like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I'm like, oh, I will totally.
That's the proper reaction to that.
I'm putting that in the movie we're gonna make. I'm gonna make one of my characters say that because it was so good.
Again, it's like this, where
not
the cast is like 12 men in a Antarctica station, and half of them are giant movie stars. Not at the time.
Right.
Kurt Russell is one of the bigger names in it, but there's a wonderful supporting cast of when him and Keith David at the end are staring at each other with guns pointed at each other or flamethrowers and wondering who is the thing and who is going to fall asleep or freeze to death first.
Right.
Wonderful sort of, it's in the 80s, but it's pretty much 70s storytelling.
Which part of that interview with Colbert was that he's like, John Carpenter's like, if you watch, he's like, the clues are in the movie to tell you who's real. Who's who. And you're like, I've seen that a million times. I mean, I think it's leaning to like MacReady.
You think Mac is
not the not
human?
The he's the human because you're with him the whole time.
Yeah, and Childs
disappears, and he's like, "Where were you?" And he's like, "Oh, I got."
Childs
whatever.
Played by Keith David.
Yeah,
he disappears for a little bit.
Yeah, so I was like, "It's Childs," but I mean, which I think you said you saw that.
I think Carpenter I saw Carpenter said it as Childs, but
yeah. Then I think in that interview they were like, because Carpenter said that, and then Colbert told Kurt Russell that, and Kurt Russell's like, "What?" Yeah. Like it is
news to him. If you're able to get the media or the physical media, a Blu-ray or a DVD of it, and then you listen to the interviews and and like there was some not good shit that people were doing on set, like when MacReady throws a stick of dynamite. Oh yeah. Kurt Russell throws a stick of dynamite and about kills everybody in the process. But, it was real.
It's real.
And as a side note, if you go back to the original movie, The Thing from Another World, it was
which
came out in the 40s.
Is awesome.
Thing from Another World, they were going to make
they
that
lit him on fire.
Well, they were kind of like, we're going to make just kind of a shitty B movie, and they made a much better movie than anybody expected. But there's a scene like. In this scene, like when the Thing comes in the room, we're going to throw gasoline on it and burn it. And they do. And it's the cast that's really doing it. And so you see them. Fire. One throws gas on it and it's like, it's fine. And the guy's in a fire suit. And then the second person throws a bucket of gas and pretty much every square inch of the room goes up in flames like, we're going to burn the studio down doing this film. And then you fast forward to the 80s when they make this thing and everybody's winging dynamite around. That people almost died, and have their ears ringing for a few weeks, but it looks wonderful.
Yeah.
Wilford Brimley is a heavy. It was good stuff. Diabetes.
Yeah. I know. Every time I see him in this movie, I'm like, all right.
Diabetes.
Every time I put it on, I'm like, all right, he's in this movie.
Yeah.
For those who know about diabetes, knows about the Wilford Brimley and diabetes. It's an 80s reference. Yeah, I forgot. Like, I mean, I've seen the thing a lot, but like, it's always enough time has passed where I put it in that
it's a little more surprising.
Yeah, where I'm like, oh yeah, this and this, and like, oh yeah, Kurt Russell's really hot. And he puts that dumb hat on, and you're like,
he's got the weirdest big hat that anybody would ever use anywhere, let alone in the Arctic as a helicopter pilot.
right? Because I think it was like something he found somewhere, and he's like, this is part of my character, and they're like, okay,
great.
Yeah, but it's got the great him recording. He's like, everyone's
tired and nobody trusts
trust
anybody.
each other.
So, yeah,
that meme going.
Working in the film industry, we can relate.
Yeah. Yeah, there's great, like, I just love the, like, containedness of the story, and that they're all trying to, like, it's like, are you the thing? Are you not? Like, because you don't know. Are you an alien? Are you not?
It's super prevalent in the 50s and then super prevalent again in the 70s.
Right. And because of what's happening.
Yeah.
Again, it's the
communism and then Watergate.
History and pop culture.
Yeah.
Like, what's
nothing exists in a vacuum.
Right. In the scene where they're all tied to the couch.
So good.
And they reveal that the one is actually the thing, and it's tied next to them. Like,
they're all tied next to this. With this thing, and because
it's
such a wonderful shot because it's focused on the human guys, and then out of focus is like the most horrific nightmare, crazy thing going on, like this,
eating
him. But it's soft because it is a confident filmper.
It's
like
great. It's I don't need to go to that.
I don't need to rack to that. Rack to the guys that are freaking out.
Like, untie me, because then it ends with the guy. I can't remember the actor's name.
Well, it's such a good line.
He's like, would somebody please untie me from the fucking couch?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, great scene. There's great scenes throughout, and like even my favorite shadow work. So like, because like one of my favorite things about Indiana Jones is like. The
noir.
The noirness of it's just a shadow. Like, Indiana Jones appears as a shadow on the wall.
Yeah, how to intro a character.
They do it in the Gremlins.
Yeah.
It's a great bit of the mom walking, and there's just the gremlin shadow going.
Yeah.
And they do it in the beginning when they're introducing the thing as the alien creeping around, and it's just like because the alien's living in the dog.
Yeah.
That's how it shows up. And the dog's just walking around the base, and you just, like, everybody's kind of doing their own thing. And you just see a shadow of a guy on the wall sit up, and like the dog's like boop boop boop. So you're like,
that guy's infected now.
But who is it?
Yeah.
So like it's great directing work. I love that.
Yeah. It was good storytelling with that.
You know, poor dogs. Like
dogs.
But like all the practical gross thing.
Yeah.
Like when they're showing the thing morphing into whatever it's trying to overtake.
Different guy.
Oh, that work is so good.
Yeah.
It's so gross and so good. Where you're just like, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Like the piles of them where they're like, yeah.
It leaned into.
I love that movie.
So much that I think it came out a couple years too late. Like, I think everybody, audience-wise, was like, I don't want to fester in the 70s-ness anymore. I want a cuddly alien like E.T. It's
a very different alien.
Which it also has wonderful practical work in it. But, the shining flashlights at each other, like, who can you trust? And practical grossness. Right. I think at the time it kind of missed its time frame.
Yeah.
If it came out 1 year before, I think it would have done much better.
The bit in the beginning with Wilford Brimley, like, because he figures it out, and he's like, it's going to infect the whole world immediately, so it can't get out, so he destroys everything so nobody can leave the base. He's like, this is where it ends.
Yeah.
But the alien is just secretly building a new spaceship underground, and it's like, I just want to go home. This
out
sucks.
Of like toasters and vacuum cleaners.
That alien doesn't know about the rest of the world, but knows that, like, Antarctica. And it's like, boo.
Yeah, I'm not trying to infect Earth.
Home.
I'm just trying to get the hell out and go home.
Yeah.
To infect another place.
Eat the thing phone home?
See? Double feature.
Idea man. Idea woman.
Call us.
Yeah. I have a lot of ideas. They're really good, including I'm gonna use this to segue into our next movie. So, which is also a horror movie, is I love The Conjuring, the original. So we always watch all of them. We watch The Last Rites, which is the newest.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's time to stop making them.
Yeah.
I think we're running out of gas, and also so much has come out on other people's writings and other people's podcasts that those two, because it's based on real people that might have been full of shit.
Yeah, which whatever. I mean, I don't care. I mean, the realness of it, like, I don't care about. I think,
but I think that took the steam out of.
Yeah, because everybody's like, "Ooh, it's real," and I'm like, Yeah. But the idea is because when we watch movies for the podcast, because I have no brain, I have to sit and type in whatever movie we are watching into my notes so I can remember for when we do this. And it got typed in as The Congarung.
Oh, yeah, we need to make that movie.
Adam's subtitle, The Congarung, the whole unholy story of a blood bidet. Because we have a movie we're making called Ghost Toilet. Well, we're not making it, we're trying to make it. Which there's a social media of Ghost Toilet posted. Hey, this is the first time we've I feel like I just came out.
You just outed it.
Where I'm like,
you just outed your own.
It's movie. My idea. It's registered. No one can steal it. I will come after you, Dave.
Yeah.
It's going to be so good. We'll talk about it more later. I'm not going to.
Yes, let's talk about the Congarung instead.
The Congarung is the ghost toilet tale. My best friend came up with the blood bidet. That's the sequel. So we have a whole universe, and it's going to make bagillions.
Yeah. Invest in us now.
This is what happens when I wasn't even high and I was writing that.
Make it wealthy beyond the dreams of avarice.
I go to make bagillions. We should just watch the movie, because I had to stop the movie because I was typing that. I'm like, correct it to the Congarung. Like, what the fuck is that?
We would have been asked to leave the theater.
No one can use it. It's already it's copyrighted right now because we just said it.
TM.
Yeah. If you want to make it, just contact me.
Yeah.
We're ready to go.
I'll work anything. I'm available.
Bagillions. Anyways, so Conjuring Last Rites was... I just felt like we're like you said, like I kept losing interest because he's like, what are we doing? Like, it had like two movies going back to back. So it's the scary story of the possession.
Right.
And then the family story with the daughter. And you're like, what?
Yeah, pick a lane.
Pick a lane. Or make it blend more. Like, it just didn't jive.
It kept flipping back and forth. And it just, whenever it's the family, you got bored because I didn't wind up tonight to watch a family movie. I wanted to watch.
I don't
crazy
care
shit.
about their family. I want to watch the scary
I want to watch
bit.
people levitating. And
I want to
stuff.
watch the demon part, which terrifies the crap out of me. Which I'm like, why do I watch things that are like possession?
We'll talk about that some other time.
When you're raised Catholic, demon, it's a thing. It's like, demons are real and it's really scary. That's why I can't watch The Exorcist again. I think I've seen it once, and I'm like...
I know a lot of people that like horror movies can't watch that one. Like, it's too far.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Because it was on TV again recently within the last year, and I was like, oh,
you noped right out of it.
And I was like, okay, that's enough. Like, turn that off. Too much.
Nope.
Because I was like, maybe. And like, no. So yeah, like, I want to see that scary part of it, but when they keep going back to the family and like the engagement and all the stuff, I was like, I don't care about that. But this, like, when we talk about great bits, this one has good stuff in it too. Like the first Conjuring, I really like, and that had like
such good stuff.
Like the sheet.
The sheet on the ghost
flying away and like hits a ghost and just like now there's a person there and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, that
was really good. This one had like she's looking under the bed and the springs just depress.
Yeah, because
like somebody's climbed on the bed while she's looking under it, and then she comes up and there's nothing. Nothing there. I'm like, that was awesome.
Solid.
That was like I love those good moments.
Solid effect without going insane.
Yeah. I'm like, that was really good. But,
but yeah, overall.
As an overall, it was just kind of like
it's a big meh.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
The mirror was really scary. Like, I was like, why would you get that for your daughter, your granddaughter? Like, it was a weird gift.
Gothic, crazy mirror.
With like gross, scary angels on it. And that's what has the demon in it. And like, the grandparents are like, I got this for you for your,
like, no, I'm never.
It wasn't communion. It's the, confirmation, the sacrament of confirmation.
Like,
when you're
no,
like
I'm
13.
throwing that in a chipper.
Yeah. So it's also, which is like a very Catholic family gets this demon possessed mirror. You're like, cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of issues growing up being raised Catholic that are now settled in my brain. But yeah, overall, I was excited to watch it because it's another Conjuring. But
Right. 4 or 5.
But we
we're up
haven't
to now.
done like the spin-off ones where it's like The Nun. I think I tried
We
Annabelle.
did Annabelle, I
It
thought.
was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really like the first one with Ron Livingston
Yeah.
and
Right. It did.
I can't remember
Basically, it did Amity.
It's an Amity.
It's Amityville Horror.
yeah, but scarier.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was fine. Yeah, and then so those were the ones that we watched for the week. The other ones, just I want to mention, we didn't completely watch all of them. We talked about the Thin Man before, and we caught the Song of the Thin Man, which I hadn't seen in that series.
Yeah, I can't remember if that's the 4th or 5th one in the series.
It's okay. It was fine. I mean, it's just you lose the charm.
You do.
As they go.
Everybody's losing their steam, and they're getting. I mean, it's even way back then in the 40s and 50s of sequel-itis that
Right.
you must, they're double the budget, double the size, half the interest.
Right, and so
Because
like
you're diluting the same magic.
even Myrna Loy and William Powell, who are on the wall here, they live on our wall, are like you can see them getting tired. Like there's even a line of Myrna being like, "I'm tired."
Right, there's a plot point.
Because there's a plot point where they go.
Because they've been up too long, so she wants
They
to go
keep
to bed.
going out to like see these bands because they're looking for the murderer.
Sheet music or something, and
Right.
yeah, it's her going. That just played. That hit too wrong. Of
Yeah.
her going, "I'm just tired." Like, honey, so are we.
Yeah, I was like,
it's not playing well.
the charm is gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
they
wanted
made
to watch
another
it
one
because it was
after
one.
that, too.
Yeah, it was one that I hadn't seen. Because when you're like, there's 6 of them, I'm like, there are.
Really?
There were
Why?
4. And that was on TV, so it was on Turner Classic, which
Yes.
another plug for Turner Classic Movies. And then also on Turner Classic, which was a surprise to us because so we were chatting down here, having drinks, watching Turner Classic on TV, and Adam's like, "Oh, like you brought up the movie To Be or Not to Be,
Right.
for Mel Brooks," and
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, "I've never."
You
heard of
didn't
this."
know any part of it,
No,
and
I
I
was like,
didn't
what?
know because To Be or Not to Be was a comedy and drama directed by was it directed by Mel Brooks? He's in it. That came out in the 80s, and I watched the hell out of that.
You told me that you were telling me the premise, and I was like, I was like,
And so
this is
it was a
fascinating.
wonderful movie
Yeah.
where takes place during World War II, where they're
We
in,
might have talked about this on the show.
I don't think we did, but
oh, okay.
they're in Poland, and him and his wife, played by Anne Bancroft, which was his real wife, are trying to survive the occupation of Poland by the Nazis, and it's the theater, so there's a lot of
Because they're a theater troupe.
They're a theater
Yeah.
troupe, so there is a whole lot of people in the theater that are targeted by the Nazis. So it's like, how do we survive
How do
and all
we
that? And then
hide?
there's
Yeah.
sort of a plot of intrigue and spies and that sort of thing that hinges on this theater troupe now being able to act like Nazis. And it's very well done, and I highly recommend it.
I have not seen the Mel. I do want to watch the Mel Brooks.
Then then I saw it come on Turner Classic, and there is an
Because
original.
you're like, oh, they're playing it, and you clicked on it. It was black and white. It's an original from the 40s that they made.
And it's
so we didn't catch the beginning, but we watched the majority.
yeah, it was
of
made by and it's a comedy with I can't think of his name that had the Mel Brooks character,
Keep talking. I'll look it up because you're like.
and it is
Vibe.
almost in many ways it's a shot-for-shot remake of the the 80s is a shot-for-shot remake.
It's got Carol Lombard, which
Right,
is her
Carol
last
Lum-
movie.
It's the last movie before she died in the plane crash.
Yeah.
And her husband's like, "You shouldn't do this movie." And she's
Oh,
like,
really?
she said it was the most wonderful experience she's ever had in all of her career, which I know got cut short. But
Wow.
yeah, Carol Lombard is in it, looking all like Carol Lombard.
Right. And then Robert Stack.
Robert frickin' Stack is the young man. Everybody's used to him looking like he does on airplane. But yeah, he is a tall stack of pancakes in that
Yeah,
movie.
and Jack Benny.
Jack Benny is the lead, and
It's a very serious.
it's a
thing they're
serious.
doing,
It is,
but it is funny.
It walks a tightrope of
Yeah.
being able to do light years ahead of a lot of other films.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to do a comedy during a Nazi occupation,
and
where-
at the time when it's happening, I think it's what they say, 1942.
yeah,
is when it came
so
out.
it's going.
So it's happening.
It's going, and people are getting
they're
shipped
making
off.
the-
They're making
yeah.
concentration camp jokes.
Yeah.
And it
'Cause
is.
oh boy, yeah.
It's a challenging razor to walk when
Yeah.
it comes in both movies, but especially back then.
Right, because then they're trying to get on a. It's a whole.
Yeah, they're
like,
trying to escape and get out of Poland and all
because
that.
there's like the Polish airmen make it to England.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, this guy's going back to Poland. And they're all like, yay! Like, oh, this, because he's a spy
Yeah, they
for the
real-
British. And they're like, oh, you're going back. Here's the list of names of our family
Right, so
that
they,
we want you to contact. Just make sure, see if they're okay. And then when you come back, you can tell us that. And then it cuts to like, this guy's a double agent.
They
so
load
they
up-
just gave this guy a list of their family to go after.
So they load him up
So,
with,
like-
with
but that's not even like, that's just like a
right,
a
the spy
moment.
network to murder
That's
in
a
Poland.
moment,
So that's, and then Robert Stack's like, I got to go back to Poland and save everybody, and then you're off to the races with that. And,
Mm-hmm. Right, because he's in love with Carol Lombard, who's like the actress, but she's married to Jack Benny,
Yeah.
and because that's the bit for the To Be or Not to Be is the
when he's out there doing Shakespeare and he goes to be or not to be, that's
the cue for the guy to go see Carol Lombard.
to go meet,
Well, 'cause the
meet the
husband's
wife
on
in there.
stage.
So, but highly recommend both of them.
Yeah.
That there are
is
very
a
high quality performances. in it.
Fascinating watch, because then they take the spy because they're trying to stop the spy, so they make the actor pretend to be the spy. And
Right,
it's
so
like,
the whole
it
actor
becomes-
troupe, which is made of,
Which I was like, wait, what's happening? And I'm like, oh, those are all the
That's the acting
actors
troupe.
doing. They made a.
it's a little
fake-
more
yeah.
apparent in the 80s one that
Oh,
that's
yeah.
them, but it's an acting troupe full
'Cause they make
of
it-
gypsies and Jews
And they're
gay men.
They make like a fake Gestapo office, so
Yeah.
that's where the spy guy, like the
So they
spy
trap him
goes
in there.
in, and you're like, because I'm like, why is this getting weird? And he's like, because it's all the actors.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
because it just goes off the rails.
It's
a little,
a
but
little more clear in the 80s version.
It's got a little Three's Company-ness to it.
It turns
because
into
you're
that
like,
a little bit, and but
Yeah.
with an enormous wet blanket of terror
right? Because they're like,
hovering over the entire thing.
oh. Then the real Nazis have just figured out what's going on, and now we all have to escape, and we can't escape.
Yeah. So yeah, I highly recommend To Be or Not to Be, both versions of it.
Yeah, I need to watch the Mel Brooks one.
Yeah.
Now that I've seen the original,
And we'll see if we can find it tonight.
totally worth it. Yeah. So that's my list. I have another. I don't want to talk about
For
it.
another time.
Not even for another time. It's just so. It's like one that I wasn't feeling well when you were gone, and I'm like, no one cares about this movie. It's a new movie on Amazon. Amazon.
As
I was
opposed to Tron Ares.
yeah.
Very good.
Anyways, so that was our episode. Yeah, so we'll be back next week. I do have a guest coming up. I don't know if it'll be next week or the following week.
We have busy weeks coming
It
up.
gets busy and birthdays.
Yeah.
And our birthdays are coming. Yeah, it just gets a little much. So we'll see if we can get another one out.
You can
the
send
following
cash
week.
to us via PayPal.
We accept gifts. Yeah. All right. Well, until next time, I guess. Oh no, wait. Before we go, we're gonna do trivia questions because that's what I want to end.
Okay.
I'm trying to be consistent on our show.
All right.
It clearly
So
is not happening.
say a
Category.
category.
Let's go 80s because we were talking a little 80s. We've been dipping a lot
All right.
lately.
Grabbing blindly. From which thriller does the term bunny boiler come from?
I don't know. Oh no, I do.
Yes, you do.
Oh shit, what's the name? It's Glenn
Glenn.
Close movie where she boils the bunny in the pot. I've gotten to the age that I can't remember names of anything. Oh crap. What the hell's the name of that movie?
I had to look down. Fatal Attraction.
Thank you. I was like, it's
We're just doing one, or you want another one?
Ages of Actor. Yeah, do another one.
All right.
See, I got it.
You got it. All right, we'll do one more.
And my phone's going off.
Johnny Depp met a grisly end in which horror movie, which also was his movie debut?
Nightmare on Elm Street. Give me another one. That was easy.
All right. Good Morning Vietnam. In what year does Adrian Cronauer arrive in Vietnam?
1969.
Probably. 65.
Fuck.
Wow.
All right, do another one.
All right.
Just do the whole thing.
Everything else on here is way too easy.
No, come on.
Okay. Well, in National Lampoon's Vacation, where is the family heading on their road trip?
Wally World.
Yeah. And lastly, name the actors who played unlikely siblings in the 88 movie Twins.
Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Which
That's
I
right.
also have a really strong reboot that I want to do. If we could do one, I want to make Mike White and Adam White be twins. That's for those who know Mike Went, he's been on the show.
I think me and Mike would make an awesome pairing in a movie.
You'd be twins. For the remake of Twins. See,
Except we should do it like...
I have a lot of ideas. I just need people to actually give me money to make them.
Except I should play it like Lenny and
Of Mice and Men?
Of Mice and Men. That's how we should play it, and he should be like a holy terror.
I haven't seen Twins since it came out, so I don't even remember.
Oh, we're off book now. This is just the new one that we're going to do.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Writes itself.
Mike Went's just a mean.
He's a mean bastard, and I'm Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
And you're like, ooh.
Tell me about the rabbits.
Just holding a mouse.
Didn't think I was told a mouse. I didn't think we were going to
End it with that.
And then I murdered Sherilyn Fenn. And scene. That's how you end it.
You got to keep your hands off for your woman. No, don't leave. Wait, we got to end the show. You do that, and then it's hard for my cut.
Oh.
Yeah, because then I'm like, where do I cut? Like, he's leaving. That's our show. We'll see you next time.
Boom.
Now you can leave.